You've probably been doing exactly what you were told your whole life when it comes to staying healthy as you get older. You go for a daily walk. Maybe you do some light stretching in the morning when you wake up feeling a little stiff, and you try not to push yourself too hard because you want to protect your joints. And according to recent research, playing it that safe might actually be making things worse. Look, here's the thing about aging that nobody really wants to talk about. We have this idea in America that getting older means inevitably getting weaker, that losing our balance and our strength is just a normal part of the process, and that the best we can do is just slow down the decline by taking it easy. But what if I told you the 3 most powerful anti-aging exercises for anyone over 60 are the ones almost nobody is doing? They are definitely not just stretching. They are not just walking around the neighborhood. And they absolutely do not require you to spend hours in a crowded, noisy gym lifting massive weights. These 3 simple movements specifically target the muscles and the physical abilities that usually disappear first with age. And this is crucial because once those specific abilities are gone, getting them back becomes so much harder. Stick around until the very end, because the final movement we're going to talk about might be the single biggest predictor of whether you stay independent as you get older. Yet, for some reason, it is the one exercise almost everyone completely skips. I get it. We have all been there. You hit a certain age, maybe it's 50, maybe it's 60, and suddenly you notice that getting out of a deep sofa takes a little more effort than it used to. Or maybe you drop your keys on the floor and you hesitate for a split second before bending down to pick them up, wondering if your knee is going to make that weird clicking sound again. That hesitation is completely natural, but it is also a warning sign. Our bodies are incredibly efficient machines. They operate on a strict use it or lose it basis. When we stop asking our bodies to perform certain movements, our brain literally stops sending resources to muscles and the neural pathways required to do them. This isn't just about losing muscle mass, though that is a big part of it. It is about losing the communication between your brain and your muscles. But here is where it gets interesting. You can rebuild that communication. You can remind your body how to move with strength and confidence, and you don't need a personal trainer screaming at you to do it. You just need to focus on the right movements. The very first anti-aging exercise that so many people actively avoid is the reverse lunge. Now wait, don't tune out just because I said the word lunge. I know exactly what you are probably thinking. You are thinking lunges are only for young athletes or fitness influencers. Or worse, you are thinking they are absolutely terrible for your knees. But most people don't know this. Forward lunges are usually the culprit when it comes to knee pain, because all your momentum is crashing forward into your knee joint. Reverse lunges are a completely different story. When performed correctly, stepping backward instead of forward, they are one of the safest and most effective ways to build real-world leg strength. They actually protect the knee by keeping your shin vertical and shifting the workload to the back of your leg, where your big, powerful muscles live. They safely build up your leg strength, improve your balance, increase your coordination, and build hip stability. These are the exact qualities strongly linked by biomechanical researchers to better mobility and long-term independence. Think about your daily life for a second. We rarely move perfectly symmetrically. We're always stepping up onto a curb with one foot, or leaning over to grab a heavy bag of groceries, or pushing off one leg to get out of the car. Because each leg works entirely separately during a reverse lunge, this movement helps correct the hidden muscle imbalances that we all develop over the years. We all have a dominant side, a leg we favor when we stand, a leg we rely on when we climb stairs. Over decades, that imbalance can pull our hips out of alignment and cause mysterious lower back pain. Reverse lunges force your weaker side to catch up. They are strengthening your glutes, your quads, your hamstrings, and your calves all at the same time. And this translates directly to making everyday movements, like confidently climbing a steep flight of stairs or effortlessly getting out of a low chair, feel incredibly easy again. So here's how you actually do it safely. You want to start by standing tall. If you feel even slightly unsteady, stand right next to a sturdy chair or a countertop so you can hold on for support. There's absolutely no shame in using support. In fact, it is the smartest way to learn a movement without your brain panicking about falling. Step one leg straight back behind you, like you're trying to reach for a spot on the floor. Breathe in deeply as you slowly lower your back knee toward the ground. You don't have to touch the floor. Just go as low as you comfortably can. Then, and this is a secret, push hard to the heel of your front foot and breathe out as you return to standing. Pushing through that front heel is what activates your glutes and takes the pressure off your knee. Try doing just 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions per leg. If you can only do 3 good ones at first, just do 3. The quality of the movement matters so much more than the quantity. Over time, as your nervous system figures out the pattern, it will feel smoother, and you will notice you need that support chair less and less. Let's move on to the next one. And this is a movement that seems almost too easy to be effective. It is called the glute bridge. It looks so simple, which is exactly why most people over 60 just skip it entirely or think it isn't doing anything. But wait until you hear this. Weak glutes are actually a massive silent epidemic in America, and they are a major underlying cause of poor posture, a slower walking pace, nagging lower back discomfort, and overall reduced strength. We live in a society where we sit a lot. We sit in our cars commuting. We sit at our desks working. We sit on the couch watching television in the evening. When you sit for hours on end, your hip flexors in the front of your body get short and tight, and the glute muscles in your backside get overstretched and essentially fall asleep. Physical therapists actually have a name for this. They call it gluteal amnesia. Your brain literally forgets how to fire those muscles. Research shows us time and time again that stronger hips and glutes are the absolute foundation of a healthy, aging body. They improve your balance. They make your walking more efficient so you don't get tired as quickly. They power you up the stairs, and they provide overall mobility while acting as a massive shock absorber for your body. Strong glutes help protect your spine by taking the load off your lower back muscles. And they significantly reduce stress on your knees by keeping your legs properly aligned when you walk. If your glutes are weak, your lower back and your knees have to do extra work they were never designed to do, and that is exactly when chronic pain starts to set in. Doing the glute bridge is incredibly straightforward, but you have to be mindful about how you perform it. Lie flat on your back on a comfortable mat or carpet. Bend your knees and place your feet flat on the floor about hip-width apart. Bring your heels reasonably close to your body. Now, instead of just lifting your stomach to the ceiling, I want you to press firmly through your heels. Breathe out as you drive your hips upward until your body forms a straight line from your shoulders all the way to your knees. Think about squeezing your glute muscles together at the very top of the movement. Then, breathe in as you slowly and with total control lower your hips back down to floor. Do not just drop back down. Control the descent, because that is where half the strength is built. Aim for 2 to 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions. The one crucial thing to remember here is to avoid excessive arching of your lower back. You are not trying to bend backward like a gymnast. You are just trying to fully extend your hips by using the muscles in your backside. If you feel a pinch in your lower back, you are likely pushing up too high. And here's the one I told you to stick around for, the one that changes everything. The single leg balance hold. This final exercise may honestly be the most powerful anti-aging movement on this entire list, yet it is the one almost nobody over 60 actively practices. We take our balance completely for granted until we start losing it. Research clearly shows that having better balance can significantly reduce the risk of falls, fractures, and the devastating loss of independence. But how does holding your balance actually work? It is not just about having strong leg muscles. It is about improving the incredibly complex communication network between your brain, your nervous system, your eyes, your inner ear, and the tiny stabilizing muscles in your ankles and feet. They all have to work seamlessly together to keep you steady. When you stand on one leg, you're forcing that entire sensory system to light up and pay attention. You're training a specialized system in your body called proprioception, which is basically your brain's ability to know exactly where your body parts are in space without having to look at them. Strong balance isn't just about standing rigidly on one leg like a statue. It is about having the dynamic ability to instantly catch yourself before a fall ever actually happens. It is that lightning-fast reflex when you trip on a rug or step off a curb wrong, where your foot automatically shoots out to stabilize you. That reactive ability is one of the biggest reasons highly active adults often continue living independently, driving themselves around, and enjoying their lives well into their 80s and 90s. Practicing this is so easy, but you have to do it consistently. Stand beside a sturdy chair or stand in a doorway where you can easily reach out and grab the frame if you need to. Lift one foot just a few inches off the floor. You don't need to pull your knee up to your chest. Just hovering it off the ground is plenty. Keep your posture tall. Pull your shoulders back slightly. Keep your eyes looking straight forward at a fixed point on the wall, and remember to breathe normally throughout the hold. Holding your breath actually makes you more tense and wobbly. Try to hold this position for 20 to 30 seconds per leg. It is going to be frustrating at first. Your ankle is going to shake aggressively. Your foot will wobble, and you will probably have to tap your foot down multiple times. That shaking is not a sign of failure. That shaking is literally your nervous system learning and adapting in real time. It is a good thing. Repeat this for 2 to 3 rounds on each leg, and as the days and weeks go by and you feel more solid, gradually reduce your reliance on your support. Maybe go from holding the chair with your whole hand to just 2 fingers, to just 1 finger, to finally letting your hand hover right above it. You know, it is fascinating how the simplest things are often the most effective, but they are also the easiest to ignore. We are constantly sold complicated solutions, expensive gadgets, and fancy supplements that promise to keep us young. But your body is beautifully designed to maintain itself if you just give it the right signals. A reverse lunge to keep your legs powerful and your knees safe. A glute bridge to protect your lower back and undo the damage of sitting all day. And a single leg balance hold to keep your brain and your body perfectly in sync. These aren't just exercises. They are the functional movements that allow you to keep playing with your grandkids, keep carrying your own groceries, and keep walking up and down the stairs of your home without fear. They are the movements of freedom. Now, I want to hear from you down in the comments. Were you already doing these specific anti-aging exercises, or have you been avoiding them because you thought they were too hard or bad for your joints? I would really love to hear your experience and what you have struggled with. And listen, if you know someone over 60, maybe a parent, a friend, or a spouse who really needs to see this, and understand that it is never too late to start rebuilding their strength, please share this video with them right now. Finally, if you want to learn even more science-backed, practical ways to reverse the aging process naturally, if this changed how you think about getting older and staying strong, hit subscribe because I break down health science like this every single week. Real research, absolutely no nonsense, just useful stuff you can actually apply to your life today.